Writing explicit cursor. Objective: after completing this lesson, you should be able to do the following. Distinguish between an implicit and an explicit cursor. Discuss when and why to use an explicit cursor. Use a PL/SQL record variable. Write a cursor for loop. About cursor. Every SQL statement executed by the Oracle server has an individual cursor associated with it. Implicit cursor declare for all DML and PL/SQL select statement. Explicit cursor declare and name by the programmer. Explicit cursor function. Cursor, active set, and table. Controlling explicit cursor. Declare, create a name SQL area, and then open, identify the active set, fetch, load the current row into variable, empty, test for existing row, return to fetch if rows are found. Close, release the active set. Open the cursor, the picture like this. This is a cursor pointer. And then fetch arrows. Fetch arrows using the cursor. This is cursor pointer. Continue until empty. Close the cursor like this. Declaring the cursor. Syntax like this. Do not include the into clause in the cursor declaration. If processing rows in a specific sequence is required, use the order by clause in the query. Example like this. And then opening the cursor, syntax like this. Open the cursor to execute the query and identify the active set. If the query returns no rows, no exception is raised, use cursor attribute to test the outcome after fetch. Fetching data from the cursor. Syntax like this. Retrieve the current row values into variable. Include the same number of variable. Match each variable to correspond to the column positionally. Test to see whether the cursor contains row. Example like this. Closing the cursor, syntax like this. Close the cursor after completing the processing of the rows. Reopen the cursor if required. Do not attempt to fetch data from a cursor after it has been closed. Explicit cursor attribute. Obtain status information about a cursor. The table like this. Attribute, type, and then description. The isOpen attribute. Fetch row only when the cursor is open. Use the isOpen cursor attribute before performing a fetch to test whether the cursor is open. Example like this. Controlling multiple fetch. Process several rows from an explicit cursor using a loop. Fetch a row with each iteration. Use explicit cursor attribute to test the success of each fetch. The not found and row count attribute. Use row count cursor attribute to retrieve an exact number of rows. Use the not found cursor attribute to determine when to exit the loops. Example like this. Cursor and record. Process the rows of the active set by fetching values into a PLSQL record, like this. And then cursor for loop, syntax like this. The cursor for loop is a shortcut to process explicit cursor. Implicit open, fetch, exit, and close occur. The record is implicitly declared. Cursor for loops print a list of the employees who work for the sales department. Cursor for loops using subqueries. No need to declare the cursor, example like this. Summary. In this lesson, you should have learned to distinguish cursor types, implicit cursor used for all DML statement and single row queries, explicit cursor used for queries of 0, 1 or more rows. Manipulate explicit cursor, evaluate the cursor status by using cursor attribute. Use cursor for loop. Latihan soal. Nomor 1. Jalankan skrip berikut ini untuk membuat tabel baru dengan nama TopDocs yang menyimpan gaji atau salary dari pegawai. Jawabannya seperti ini. Nomor 2. Buat program PLSQL untuk menyimpan data N pegawai yang memiliki gaji tertinggi. Misal N diinputkan nilainya sama dengan 5, berarti menampilkan 5 pegawai yang memiliki gaji tertinggi. Keterangan, gunakan perintah define untuk menyimpan nilai N. Lewatkan nilainya pada blok PLSQL, blok melalui variabel substitusi ISQL plus. Jika dua pegawai memiliki gaji yang sama, maka nilai gaji cukup disimpan sekali saja. Simpan nilai gaji dalam tabel TopDocs. Uji program dengan memasukkan nilai N yang tidak umum, misal N sama dengan 0 atau N lebih dari jumlah pegawai dalam tabel employees. Kosongkan isi tabel sebelum diisi dengan N nilai gaji tertinggi. Jawabannya seperti ini. Nomor 3, buat program PLSQL untuk menampilkan data pegawai, last name, salary, dan manager ID yang bekerja di departemen tertentu. Tentukan nomor departemennya, letakkan dalam variabel substitusi. Jika gaji pegawai kurang dari 5.000 dan jika manager ID sama dengan 101 atau 124, tampilkan pesan last name, gaji perlu dinaikkan. Jika tidak, tampilkan pesan last name, gaji tidak perlu naik. Keterangan, ketik set echo off supaya tidak perlu menampilkan kode PLSQL setiap kali menjalankan program. Jawabannya seperti di bawah ini.